Joining us now, not TMZ themed, rather Olympic themed, Jake Taylor, All-American swimmer, back in Studio B. Jake, nice to have you back on the show, man.
Thanks. It's good to be back.
How you feeling right now with your very, very busy training schedule as you get ready for the Olympic trials?
Tired is pretty much the word of this year. So we switched to 5:30 a.m. practices. We do that every day. And so it's, we'll go to bed early, wake up really early, and then we have doubles, so afternoon practice as well. So it's a lot of work, 3-hour practices every morning.
Yeah, we heard from Connor Sterling the 5:30 thing yesterday, and we were like, what?
Yeah, it's a pain, but it's worth it, you know. I guess that's what the time they have for us, so that's what we do.
What? Whose decision was that to go to 5:30, by the way?
That wasn't mine. That's for sure. It's just how the facility works. All their they have like a club team and summer leagues. They all do it in the morning before it officially opens in the morning. So that's what we have to do. And it's out in Spanish Fork too. And so it's we just have to work with their schedule.
Wait, so is the Richards building under construction or something?
No. So interesting you ask. Because for the Olympics, it's swum in 50-meter pools.
Oh, you go to a 50-meter pool?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's twice the distance. And so that's why we have to go to Spanish Fork, because that's where the nearest one is.
Gotcha.
Jake Taylor with us on BYU Sports Nation, chasing down an Olympic dream. To be specific, which events have you qualified for to compete in the Olympic trials?
So I've qualified in the 100 and 200 backstroke. I did that last year. So that's the goal this year, is to make it on the team.
What do you need to do to qualify?
So at the Olympic trials, you have to get top 2. First or second in each event. And right now I'm sitting at top 15 in both. But that's from my last year's time. Most of the qualifiers have qualified recently. So the chances of them dropping time at trials is very slim, but I feel like I have pretty good potential to move up to top 5 or, top 2 hopefully.
Which event do you feel like you are better suited in, the 100 or the 200?
I don't know. I like the 100 a lot better because it's not as painful. It's a shorter race, more of a sprint, and I've always considered myself as more of a sprinter than a distance swimmer. But my 200 backstroke has actually gotten really fast in the last couple of years, and I'm actually kind of ranked equally in both. So I feel like I have an equal shot in either one, and you just having to go and do it, make sure I'm mentally prepared for it.
So if you're in a lake and you need to get somewhere quick or something, are you backstroking versus the forward normal stroke?
Well, it depends. I mean, if there's sun, absolutely. Get the tan on the chest, just relaxing.
Someone's drowning. Help me!
Yeah.
I'll backstroke to you.
Backstroking, just get here already.
Yeah, that's funny.
How what's the strongest muscle for you because you backstroke? I imagine that might be different than your average stroke. Are your shoulders stronger?
Sure, yeah, it's definitely different per stroke. For backstroke, it's definitely the lats, right here in the sides.
The upper dorsimus is Ron Burgundy once said.
Yeah, exactly. No, but yeah, the lats, and then probably the triceps, I guess, you use a lot as well.
That's Tuesdays and Thursdays, right?
Yeah, that's that. Working on my tris and my lats.
And you skip leg.
Yeah.
Jake Taylor, BYU All-American swimmer with us on BYU Sports Nation. Have you, determined a time? Because I know you're always competing against yourself, and you got to finish in the top 2, but, is there a time that you're shooting for where you're like, hey, if I hit this mark, I've got a pretty good shot?
Yeah, absolutely. So in the 100 backstroke, we'll start with that first. It's going to take about a 52.2 or 3 in that range. And it's going to be that close, 2 or 3. First or second, I'm going to get those times. And I feel like I'm doable. I mean, right now I'm at a 54. And so, in hindsight, you're like, well, that's not even close, right? But I have been focusing on the 25-yard pools because that's what we swim in college. And it's really only the professionals who train and compete in the 50-meter pools. And each year we only have 3 months to work on 50-meter. And so I feel like I have a lot more potential in dropping time. And right now in practice, I've been faster. I've been my pace time's faster than I've ever done before in my life. And so I know I'm going to do well. It's just it's hard to gauge if I'm going to get there or not. So that's in the 100 back. And I feel like if you go a 52 anything, you're definitely going to be in the top 8 final heat. And there it's just being the more mentally prepared than anyone else. And that's where I feel like I have the edge. And in the 200 back, right now my time is a 2:00, and it's probably going to take around 1:55 to get it. And it's the same. I'm in the same boat where I'm kind of a dark horse. People know of me, but since I have been more in the college scene and less in the 50-meter Olympic scene, I feel like I have a good backdoor opportunity.
And we'll be paying attention definitely the next week or two. Is it next week, right?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Starts
Okay.
the 26th.
2 weeks in Omaha, I believe.
Yep.
Okay, if I'm a football player, basketball player, I go to a different field or gym, and I'm like, okay, this is different. I can tell, dimensions or elevation or whatever. How does it work with swimming? You get into another pool, you're like, this is a different pool. How do you tell?
Yeah, there's a lot of dynamics to fields, but also to swim pools as well. So I guess the first thing you notice is the temperature. Typically, it's going to be around 79, 80 degrees. Sometimes cooler, sometimes hotter, just depends. So that's the first thing you notice is, to adjust to that. And then also like the depth of the pool makes a big difference because of the undercurrents that they have. You have like surface currents and then you have undercurrents. And so the depth really makes a difference with that. And then the third probably biggest thing are the walls, because those are the things that you're going to, grab onto, push off of. And each pool seems to have its own little design to it. And so you just have to adjust slightly to your approach into them and out of them, and your underwater kicks, stuff like that. And it usually takes, half hour to adjust, and after that you're pretty good. You remember those little things that you need to know.
Do you swim faster in colder or warmer water?
Colder, for sure.
Why is that?
Well, warmer water seems to, your body overheats and naturally heats up as you're competing. So if it's hotter, it's just harder, quicker breath, I guess you get. But the cold water, you feel, it feels like you're more buoyant. You're not, but it just feels that way. Your body is tighter, holds together better.
And it's something to do with the muscles probably too.
Yeah.
Something interesting. Is there cologne that covers the smell of chlorine?
If there is, I'll never use it. I don't need to use it. I smell like it right now, right?
Is that chlorine?
Yeah.
Precious chlorine. Yeah.
Mm-hmm, the best.
Your wife. What are you wearing today? Which pool are you wearing today, Jake?
Yeah,
Spanish fork, or as they say in Spanish fork, Spanish.
Spanish.
Yeah.
Jake, congratulations on your back-to-back MPSF Swimmer of the Year designations, and we wish you the best at Olympic trials. Let's give you some BYU Sports Nation karma.
Yeah, baby.
I need it, definitely.
Let's get his lane just a little bit cooler than everybody else.
Exactly. Is Ryan Murphy going to be there?
Oh, he'll be there. Well, he got fourth, I guess 4 years ago. So this year he's actually in the 100 backstroke. People are saying that he'll probably win it. And the 200 back probably, second or third.
Okay, we'll see.
So we'll see.
Jake Taylor's coming for
see.
Ryan Murphy.
Hopefully he'll come for me, right?
Jake, great stuff, man. Thanks again.
Thanks for having me.